Tataru. Newfound adventure. Tataru is putting on a pot of tea and looks in need of company. Hey, Mama. You're not too much of a rush. I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Sure. Even though I don't drink tea, sure. As long as it's not Archon loaf.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it.
Start a capital empire. You should do that.
What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
Make money, get bitches.
Oh, with so many exciting places to choose from, it's hard to narrow it down. But I believe I have the perfect destination in mind. Thavnair. That's where you should go next.
Oh no, she's setting us up. She said me and standing
you
it
were
up.
able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radz-at-Han the last time you were there.
I've had plenty of time being there.
With the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you. Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress. Shouldn't take much longer now though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Well, I appreciate it, Mama. Make sure that's pockets.
Stitch in here and trim in there.
Oh.
Threads with love and care.
Oh, that's cute.
Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
But of course, but of course.
I'm one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
Tataru. Not me falling asleep on her.
I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Now, you're a little too loud, ma'am. Don't come for me. Bro, I am fading away.
We mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Tataru.
And thus I am returned.
You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga? Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
She lucky she cute. Hey. Not the meteor hair on it. Yeah. Of course, she's using me as free advertisement. Yes. Oh my goodness. She's getting to be just as bad as Rowena. Where my inventory? This is her, please. Alright, sheesh. Alright. How about a drink? Get this man drunk so he can give us what we want. Is he gonna be functional enough to tell me anything plausible? Bro. Yikers. No! Water. Give him water.
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
Of course not.
This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly.
Uh-huh. Justinian, no, Justinian, no, Justinian, no.
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
A fortune, you say?
Justinian, please.
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
Gave you that money. Did Reacher give you that money?
Well met, my friend. Someone is dressed for adventure.
Look the same.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
Never took you for a treasure hunter.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
No.
Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits. Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant. Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough.
Ouch.
Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent. Whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
Well, that's intuitive and sweet of you, Estinian.
You are coming along, yes?
Naturally.
I thought as much.
Estinian's so sweet. He's like, no sirs, please. No. I'm so proud of you. You used to be a little shit. I'm so proud of you.
Ah, Urgica, my good man.
Sir.
Would you be so kind as to...
Hi.
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there. The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
Huh? Oh no. Oh no.
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You
Little
should go,
crackhead.
Baha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already.
Ma'am, I know you not sleep down here. I'm gonna whoop her ass. Still, get your ass up. Sleeping on the floor. All these books, man.
Close my eyes for one moment.
Oh! Ow. Oh no! He stole her.
How long have you two been here?
Yeah, Davnir remix. That's not doom and gloom. What we got going on in here?
What have we here?
'Tis not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Don't touch shit.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Hi, Varshan.
Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
No, we're nosy.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
I wasn't gonna touch it, but you know your Stola was. Uh-oh. Now I'm in trouble.
You and I will speak later.
Well.
Not the time for frivolity, my friend. Not the time.
I guess I'm in trouble later.
This
Okay.
something of which thou speakest, might it be some manner of threat?
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Okay. Oh no.
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
Well.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory. An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Mericidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities. In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya. We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
I remember when Nero turned purple.
Turned purple? Well, yes. His wounds had allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether. Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the First Brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late. And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection. So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
Yes. It was us. Sorry. Golbez? The Four Fiends.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, myself being of little use, go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
I am calling us short. Rude? Not everybody can be a giraffe, sir.
Let us be on our way as well.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Oh, poor feature.
And how would you do that? The gate is still too small for any of us to pass through.
Estinian is correct, which is why I've elected to send a familiar in our stead. Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
Drippy.
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
Oh my god.
Water, water, froth and foam!
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Yikes.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Oh, your stole is weak. Your stole is weak to this curve. Just like, this is embarrassing.
Not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate. I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual. You had best be on your guard as well.
Froth and foam, I hate shit.
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know.
Poor baby.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
The poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
out of time. I must reseal the Void Gate.
Ugh.
They're coming through!
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct, then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation. It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used the stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. It was Elidibus, as I recall, who rescued Unakalhai's spirit from his final battlefield. But I wonder if there were others whom the emissary saved from oblivion. Silver, the adventurer who traveled with the Warriors of Light. And you say she was another of Elidibus's pawns?
Do your role quests.
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Sir Estinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshan!
Oof.
You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister.
Oh.
We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
No, this is so sweet.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzatan. My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavnair for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
No, this is cute. I'm glad that they accepted him very well.
And thus I am returned. To this world, bereft of saviors.
Well, here's to the wait for MSQ.